The last thing we all need was another lockdown. London and Kent being hit with Tier 4 restrictions. Yet more concerns for businesses. This week's Weekly Insight is calling all HR managers and directors. Now, what has HR put in place to care about employees' mental health and well-being? As a HR manager or director, what have you got in place to ensure the mental health and well-being of staff in the organisation that you work in? Also, do you believe that your employees have the opportunity to talk openly about mental health? Also, do you have the right support and interventions in place for your employees? Now, opportunities are missed to prevent poor mental health and ensure that employees who may be struggling get the support they need. Now, in many instances, employees simply just don't really truly understand the crucial role that they can play or know where to go for the advice and support. Now, stay tuned to find out the 6 gains for employers and the gains for employees if mental health and well-being are truly looked after in an organisation. But first, my question is, why should your organisation care about mental health? Well, by caring and implementing the right tools and strategies leads your people to better mental health by addressing the core standards for a healthier workplace. So have you recently viewed your statistics? Did you know that mental health problems within the UK workforce costs employers between 33 to 42 billion per year in sickness, absent, mental health issues? Now, many employers have seen a rise in the number of staff with mental health problems. Over a fifth now report that mental ill health is the primary cause of long-term absences. There has also been a significant increase in the number of reported common mental health conditions among employees within the last 12 months. Many of us are also in the habit of thinking that mental health is a personal issue and therefore isn't a discussion for the workplace. But this is simply far from the truth and should no longer still be thought this way. Unfortunately, it still is. Any employee who's struggling with their mental health will not be working at their maximum productivity level and will be suffering, and they may not even be able to work at all. So organisations across the country are starting to recognise or are recognising the impact that mental health problems can have upon their workforce and the knock-on effect on their businesses. There is a crucial need for employees to create healthy work environments to minimise poor mental health, but also to support those experiencing mental health issues. Leading your people helps the wealth of your business and the health of society and prevents undermining the well-being and happiness of employees. Now, as promised, here are 6 main gains for an organisation that addresses their employees' mental health concerns. So let's think about these ones. The gains would be increased productivity, reduced absence, reduced staff turnover, mentally healthy environment. Also, it starts to meet the recommended core standards of the healthy workplace. And finally, embedded positive attitude to mental health to support the long-term and well-being of the organisation. Do you want to know how to do that? Well, firstly, let's bring to light that right now, more than ever, with the pandemic, greater consideration needs to be taken into account. For those still working from home or continuing to work from home, or those going back to the workplace for the unforeseen duration. And for those returning to the workplace, we need to pay attention that it is going to be different for them than it was almost 10, 11 months ago. So let's look at what you can begin to do to ensure positive mental health and well-being of your staff in your organisation. So number one is create a mental health at work plan that is rolled out throughout and part of the core policies, ethos and values of the company. 2, build mental health awareness by making information and support accessible, but also provide education to build understanding and break stigmas around this. 3, implement regular check-ins and a place that encourages open conversation. 4, provide working conditions that ensure employees have a healthy work-life balance. So what have you got in place that does that exactly? 5, promote effective management with line managers holding regular conversations about health and well-being with their staff. Be the role model. 6, continue to monitor mental health and on regular basis and be consistent. Let's look at how employees now can gain from being cared for. So what are the gains for them? Improved well-being, mental, physical and emotional. Mental health knowledge, which boosts their confidence, self-worth and self-value and have that open conversation. Increased understanding of their own attitudes, behaviours and needs. Encouraging them to access support and recovery without fears and judgments. They will feel much more empowered to thrive at work with long-term mental health issues if cared for, and they know this it's there. Finally, it stops the preventing the ongoing and builds that culture within the company. So if you found any of this useful and inspiring, please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel to keep you informed of more valuable videos. But more importantly, I would love you to share your comments below and share this video who you know will benefit. To round off, HR managers and directors can ensure an effective and sustainable approach to mental health and well-being in the workplace. And I'm just going to give you 3 strands to summarise. 1, encourage understanding of mental health and mental illness by supporting to recognise distress and illness and then offer appropriate support and intervention. 2, prevent distress by tackling the root causes of unnecessary distress within the workplace and foster a healthy workplace by good practices. 3, practice flourishing by taking active steps to support employees' well-being, but also to create a human-centered culture which allows for learning, growth, and building of relationships and connections. Thank you for listening. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and comment. I'm Zeenat Noorani, a mental health and well-being coach, therapist, founder and owner of Vida de la Mariposa.